Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Husband pass away from cancer and found his affair after I check his phone and laptop. It's been nearly 8 months since my husband, 56, died of cancer, and I found out about his affair 4 days later when I checked his phone and then his laptop. I had to delete my original post as I'd accidentally given out too much personal info, but I wanted to offer an update on how I've managed to get through it. How do you get over this much hurt when you can never get any closure or any answers from the person you loved? As a bit of backstory, we were together for 30 years and he would tell me how much he loved me almost every day. We were always a close, snuggly couple, until 2019. At that time he was traveling abroad a lot for work. I'd recently lost my dad and was going through the menopause, so my libido was a bit lower than normal and I wasn't sleeping well. We were both a bit stressed and tired, and by that stage he was more unwell than either of us realized. I noticed he was suddenly on his phone constantly. He was distracted, distanced, and snappy with me in a way he'd never been before. All the signs were there, but I just couldn't believe it was true, as there was no reason for it. I challenged him about it and he told me he'd met a woman on a flight home and they'd stayed in touch but just as friends. She lived abroad, but somewhere where he often went for work. I told him I was uncomfortable with that level of communication and expected him to tone it down. I later asked him outright if he was having an affair with her, but he denied it, and I really wanted to believe him. Then he was diagnosed with cancer and died 5 months later. After he died, I found out he'd been having an affair for about a year, maybe more. I nearly went under. I only got through his funeral by saying goodbye to the boy I married, not the guy he turned into. The picture on his coffin was one from years ago, not recent. The funeral was only 10 people, because of COVID, and I told all of them the truth beforehand, including our 2 adult sons, because I couldn't have got through it otherwise. Then I had 3 sessions with a therapist. I needed help with the devastating lack of closure. I would never know why he did that to me, what it meant, or what was he planning to do. The therapist asked if I could normally trust my instincts. I said yes. He said if my instinct was that everything was okay before 2019, then it probably was. I know many of us have no idea about our partner's affairs, so I'm not sure if he's right, but it brought me some peace, so I'm choosing to believe that. I've found that every time I've got mad and cried and screamed at my dead husband, I've always felt better afterwards, as if I've moved on a step. I've written him letters and left them lying around in case he can read them. Stupid, I know, but it's been cathartic. I've done a lot of soul searching too. I can never forgive him, and I didn't deserve what he did to me. I never, ever stopped trying in our marriage. But I acknowledged that we weren't making enough time for each other. We'd stopped having date nights. We both had busy careers and we were tired and stressed. When he got stressed, he would use sex as a way to calm down, and at that time I hadn't really been feeling it that much. That's absolutely no excuse for what he did, but I believe it's the reason he started looking somewhere else. So 8 months later, I have mostly good days and a few bad nights. I'm more disappointed in him than angry now. I miss his presence in the house, but I feel like I'm growing into the space too. My kids are doing well. It kills me that I'll never know if he still loved me when he died. But I think he did. I never confronted his affair partner. My revenge has been her lack of closure. My ultimate satisfaction was knowing that she would have found the tribute website we set up and would have seen 30 years of happy family photos. She tried to steal my life and failed. I was the one who was with him when he died, not her. Maybe I'm hating him less because he was so ill at the time he did it. I even wonder if that explains his personality change. I guess I'm lucky not to have gone through a divorce or having to see him move on with someone else. Today is the anniversary of the last time I think he saw her. That's a big milestone I've been waiting to cross off my list. TLDR, update on my husband's affair and me finding out after he died. Comments from the community. Your story is my story. My husband passed away suddenly in August of 2020. 3 days later, via his phone and computer, I found out he had been having an affair. I don't know for how long, somewhere between 18 months and 3 years. I am still in shock. I'm no longer grieving his passing, the affair sucked the grief right out of me. I'm slowly finding ways not to obsess about it, but keeping his secret is hard, and I don't feel like I should be upholding his good name any longer. His friends and family all tell me that all he talked about was you. That makes me feel sick to my stomach. Please feel free to message me here. I would be happy to talk to you. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It is absolute hell. I'm so sorry to hear that you're going through this too, and I completely agree that it blows the grieving process out of the water. I think if I seem to be doing okay, it may be just because I'm still so numb. Every time I want to cry, I just feel anger instead. When I want to remember him, all I can see is his affair. I guess it just takes time. Don't feel you have to keep his secret. Why should you? If others know, they can help you. I'd never have got this far without my friends. They've been fantastic therapy for me. Sending you hugs. If you need to chat anytime, do message me. I hear you not crying but feeling anger. I actually pity him at times. He didn't have the balls to tell me about it, even though it ended a few years before he died. He lived with me and made the conscious decision every day to lie to me. He lived a very sad life. I was with my husband when he died as well. That was really hard. Thanks for the offer to message you. I might take you up on it. Be good to yourself. I like to think maybe he lied to you because he regretted what he did and was afraid of losing you. I'm trying to get beyond the anger because it's such a negative emotion. It can make you ill. So I'm trying to step back and see him as a whole person, not just my husband. He was different things to different people. It does my head in though. Thanks for this note. I'm sure he was afraid of losing me. There is a lot more to this story, including the fact that his girlfriend told him she was pregnant. She is 33 years old and he was 55. Whether she ever was is in question. She told him she had an abortion. I know all of this because he left recordings of their phone conversations and meetings on his computer, together with screenshots of their BBM conversations. It's been an absolute shit show. My best friend did this to his wife and kids. I had no idea, we lived in different states. He had an affair and died at his desk, work and affair stress, I believe. I told his wife, and I will tell you, don't keep his secret. Don't be hateful regardless of how you feel, but be honest and tell your family that you struggle with his legacy because he had an affair. Give them the evidence they need to process what that means. You don't need to carry this burden. They will all come to their own balance with regard to your former husband. But they will also understand and appreciate why you struggle. Most of all, they can reach a happy and informed balance. In my case, I still love my dead friend, but I would love to confront him about his infidelity. His adult kids have now married and his wife has found new love. We talk from time to time. Sharing the burden helped her heal. Best to you, I know it's incredibly hard. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.